Feels good to be at 6-2 at the halfway point in our season, and really good effort by our guys yesterday to finish as well as we did in third down and to play the way we played in the red zone, not giving up a touchdown. I mean, you work so hard during the course of the week. You like to get some results when the game starts and the game ends. And had some struggles in the first half and against the run game, some gap issues where we weren't quite where we should have been, and a couple of missed tackles as well, and got better in the second half, which was really good to see, and hopefully we can build on that. But a lot of positives from that game yesterday, most importantly, getting the win, which puts us in a good position as we get ready for our next opponent.
Coach, how do you strike the balance as a coach between preaching always flying to the football while also preaching gap integrity? How do you strike that balance?
Well, they have to go hand in hand, Chris. I mean, it's important that we are gap sound, but we have to continue to stress, everyone getting to the football as well. And part of that is taking good angles, making sure you leverage the football properly, but not at the expense of getting out of your gap. You got to stay in your gap. The way we play defense, when we are in some one-gap situations, not very often we play two-gap defense. So when it's required to be in your gap, you really got to be in your gap. Otherwise, there's a chance for an explosive run.
And then Jordan Phillips, Coach, when he joined the roster right around midseason last year, we certainly saw flashes in his play.
Yeah.
Has he just reached another level of consistency within this defensive scheme?
He's doing some good things for us, for sure. And he did bring a lot of energy when we got him a season ago, and he's doing that now. He's bringing a lot of energy to the table and making some splash plays for us that really make a difference in games, and hopefully continue that throughout. But he's done a good job for us throughout this season, for sure.
Coach, was it really as simple as just being in your gap in the second half? Because it seemed like there was just a much different effort of stopping the run than the first half.
Yeah, we did tweak some things, Sal, a little bit at the half, but it still came back to that, even though we tweaked some things. If we were not in our gaps and if we didn't tackle well, we would have got the same results as the first half. We did a better job of staying where we needed to be, and we tackled better in the second half. So a combination of the two made a difference.
Leslie, outsiders will look at, say, Ed lost his starting job, snap count was down, and make assumptions based purely off of that. From your perspective, where is Ed at halfway through his rookie season?
John, he's done a really good job for us to come in and contribute the way he has through these first 8 games. It's been a gradual improvement for him. I think taking a step back like we did yesterday, giving Jordan a start, which he's earned that. I mean, based on the way he's played really, really well. It'll give Ed a chance to have a different perspective. I don't think it'll put a detour in his progress. It should help him as we go along, because he's around a lot of guys that he can really learn from, and he's been learning from in practice. And now, without the demands of having to go out and start every game, not that he won't necessarily get back in the starting lineup, hopefully it's going to improve his play.
Do you sense any frustration with him? He has 1 sack. It was against a wide receiver, which he even admitted afterwards doesn't technically count in his book. Do you sense any frustration with him that he's maybe not producing up to even his expectations?
I don't sense that. I sense a guy who's hungry to learn and just continue to develop. That's the vibe I get from Ed, that he's just a guy who wants to take it all in and just keep getting better in his rookie season. And I think that's happening. He's working extremely hard in the classroom. He's doing what he needs to do off the field as well, and he'll get better as the year goes on. He has gotten better. So just time on task is what he needs.
At a time, defenses usually progress and improve over the course of the season. What concern do you have over some of the numbers that are slipping, be it run defense, allowing more red zone drives, maybe not more red zone touchdowns, but more drives into the red zone, and fewer punts, enforcing fewer punts? What concerns do you have with those numbers trending in the wrong direction?
John, the big thing is for us is points allowed, third down defense, taking the football away. That's probably the one. If I had any concern, that would be the one. The last 2 games we didn't come up with a takeaway, and so that that permeates in my mind a great deal, because that's the great equalizer. Even if you're not doing some other things well, when you take the football away and you win that turnover differential, it gives you a chance to win no matter what. Sure, you want to be really good in red zone defense, stopping the run, but you don't want to give up explosive passes either. That's a big deal. I mean, finding that balance between the two, committing to the run without giving up the explosives in the pass game. It's a big deal for us on defense. But the one thing I think about all the time and talk to our players about is taking the football away, and we got to get back to doing that, and hopefully we will this next week.
What's the challenge of facing a challenging running game with Nick Chubb, and now they're bringing Kareem Hunt back to the mix and kind of that unknown?
Yeah. Two really good backs. I mean, Chubb's one of the elite backs in our league, and we'll have our hands full to be able to corral their run game, and they've got some threats outside as well, some explosive guys that can really make some plays, and a good young quarterback. So to be able to find that balance, being able to defend their run game and not give up the explosives, it'll be a challenge for our defense this week. But those are two really good backs, both of them.
Coach, I want to ask you about Tre'Davious traveling yesterday, just how you felt that he did that. He didn't really do it a lot this year. I think he moved a little bit against the Eagles, but different situation for him. I know he's done it in the past, but how do you feel he handled that?
Thought he did a really good job. McLaurin is truly their big play threat. He was the guy that was getting the explosive plays in their offense in the passing game, and thought Tre'Davious did a really good job throughout the game. I'm not sure if they even had an explosive pass in that game. So kudos to Tre'Davious. Excellent job throughout the day.
Do you foresee that staying the case with OBJ this week?
It's kind of week to week, John. Just take a look at each opponent and just determine what we need to do. We'll study it this week and just see what's the best thing to do. So.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, as Tre'Davious' star starts to grow or continues to grow, what have you noticed about Levi Wallace through 8 games this season? It seems like teams are starting to try to pick on him a little bit more. How has he held his own?
I think he's done a good job. You're right, Marcel. Teams have begun to throw his way a little bit more, which probably is a credit to what Tre'Davious has done. Levi will have to just continue to improve and grow, but I don't think they're going to test Tre'Davious very often with the way he's playing. So that means Levi will get more targets, but I think he'll be up to the challenge. I mean, he's done a good job for us throughout the season. I think he'll continue to rise to the occasion. So,
Right. Just a philosophical question of football. Do you see more of teams now taking advantage of more lighter defenders, slot players, and that's why the running game seems to be coming back in vogue for some teams, and they're pounding it a little bit because they're taking advantage of what the defense did to counter spread offenses, basically?
I'm not sure, Sal, if that's why it's happening, but there does seem to be a little bit more of a commitment to the run game, which makes sense. But I'm not sure if that's the reason, because of who's playing in the secondary. Still has a lot to do with what your linebackers are doing, what do you have in your front, all that matters as well. But that could be it. That could be why. Yeah. So, all right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.